today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. This will make it into the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is, and that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care, and when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun to give to Mixon. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 66 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now...
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
2nd down at the Ravens' 17-yard line.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Back to Mixon on first down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 9-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Giovanni Bernard, the ball carrier. Amani Hooker up for the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back there and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
3rd down, Jackson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Jackson on 1st down. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins.
Jackson.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
For Baltimore.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
A short throw caught by Andrews. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 3.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Wilson. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he...
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
Jackson's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
1st down.
Again, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
Jackson.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Jackson will throw again. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. And Jackson throwing once more. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
Jackson's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at their 49-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Broncos who were able to come in and get the road victory. 28-14 was your final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. That catch good for only a couple. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass, and everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And it's fielded at the 34. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here first and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. 7 yards, the pickup there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
We talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it. Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 5.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Burrow He'll throw. Shoves him aside. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Here's a run with Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Bengals have got it on cruise control. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
The try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Yards to go.
Jackson to throw on third down. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target. Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On second down, here's Burrow. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second and 11 now. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Burrow sacked. A big loss on the play.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
Burrow's pass.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
14 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
To go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now he's stripped. He lost the football.
To number 16. Touchdown, Baltimore.
So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Mixon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps.
And he's into the clear, and all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Mixon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. On first and 10, it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, I'm coming.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, he gets this underneath to Dobbins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He's going to float this one deep right side, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to, and he's going to go down again.
Lamar Jackson sacked. A loss of 2 yards.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Not that time for Watkins, but it'll be second and goal. Throwing again. Jackson. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Justin Tucker.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Mixon. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati,